Hello, and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brooks Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of November 4th, 2020. It's the day after the election, and they're still counting ballots, and it is a tight race. So we will see what the results are. Last I saw, they were still counting ballots and not calling a couple states. So we'll see how everything pans out. Hopefully it pans out for the positive, and we can start healing as a nation. So yeah. Anyway, you're not here for that. You are here for a pull list. So decent sized week this week. Again, last week was huge, and this week's no less. Comic books. People thought after COVID comic books were going to lay off. Nope, they're not laying off. They're keeping them coming. So. First up, we have Batman number 102. He is taking on a new villain, the Ghost Maker. So we'll see what that entails. I thought Joker War ended okay. It wasn't a hugely, what's the word I'm looking for? It was kind of predictable in its ending, which made it a little but overall it was really, really good. Next up, we have Batman Adventures Continue number 6. This continues the Batman Animated Adventures comic story stuff and stories from Batman Adventures. So if you like the cartoons, check it out. A lot of Donny Cates fans out there, especially Marvel Donny Cates fans. Well, Donny Cates has a tendency to do some independent stuff. So if you don't check out his book Redneck, you should. It's really good. But he has a new one coming out called Crossover from Image. So if you love Donny Cates or you're curious about a new book, check out Crossover. I actually haven't had a chance to get to reading it. I had a busy day today with work, and I had to look at my truck a little bit. I might need to take it in. Oh, that's going to be expensive probably. Thermostats, fun stuff. And I took time since I was outside getting dirty doing mechanical things. I decided to a little bit. I was more watching and seeing and observing what was going on with my truck. But I cleaned my kids have a couple bikes that they inherited from their mother that are not in the best condition. So I decided to give the chains a cleaning and the tires a pumping up, and they seemed to do okay. I was doing that, and then we went for a walk. Because my kids are doing a walkathon, and more on that later. But so it's been busy, but check out Crossover. I'm looking forward to it, and you should be too. Next up, Deceased Planet number 5 of 7, Tom Taylor's Zombie Dead World or DC Dead World. It's great stuff, good stuff. If you haven't checked it out, go for it. I know there's digital first content that's out there that I haven't read yet. I'm just waiting for the physical copies of that to drop. But I hear it's really good stuff. If you haven't checked out Deceased, you really should. Next up, we have The Dreaming Waking Hours from G. Willow Wilson. More Sandman Universe stuff, so you can't go wrong with that. I've been enjoying it, so yeah. What do you know? Next up is another one, is one from Jason Aaron. It's called The Virgin Brides. This is issue 4. I've read Goddamned and liked it. This one I think has done a little bit better job. This one's a little bit better job developing the world, especially developing just like the mythos and all that stuff. Really solid addition to the Goddamned universe. So we'll see if Jason Aaron continues after this, but it's really good. So if you haven't checked the Goddamned, check it out, and then go and read the Virgin Brides. It's amazing. Next up is another Tom Taylor book this week, and this one is a Black Label book, so it's one of those magazine-sized babies, and that's Hellblazer Rise and Fall number 2. Derek Robertson does the artwork, and he's fantastic. His style is just so unique and amazing. It's really, really good. So check it out. It's good. I read the first issue, liked it, so I'm curious to see where Tom Taylor takes John Constantine. So who knows? Next up is the last issue in the miniseries, and that is Horizon Zero Dawn. I believe this is a Peach cover. Yes, Peach Momoko. Yep. So It's okay. The story isn't fantastic. It's not something like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. It's good. It fits in line with the lure of the comic or with the game, and it's just like it's just cool to get more out of the Horizon Zero Dawn world, especially going into Horizon Forbidden West, which is coming out on PlayStation 5 as a launch title for the console that's supposed to be coming out in the middle of this month, which I'm not buying. I never pre-buy or pre-order consoles when they first come out. They are normally like riddled with problems and have issues and all of that stuff. So I am not actually getting a PlayStation 5 currently. I may get one next year, who knows. One of the biggest things for me, besides like the problems and all of that stuff, is you know, games. What games do I want to play on it? Because at this point I'm going to be transitioning over to PlayStation 5, and if it doesn't play PlayStation 4 games, then the games I still have on PlayStation 4 I kind of want to finish. So there's that. But and also they don't have a black version. I mean, it sounds trivial, but I like the solid black look of PlayStation. I don't mind the added chrome they've had on at least the PlayStation 3, but it's that black defining PlayStation look and design that I think is missing from this. I know there was a company that was doing like Snap-on, where you could like change out the things and make it pick a color you want, and I was like, oh, cool. And then Sony like snubbed them and like sued them into stopping or whatever. So it's so hopefully PlayStation course corrects and at least starts releasing different color versions at least, because Daddy wants a black PlayStation 5. So back to the pull list though. Justice League number 56 is out, and it is a Dark Knight's death metal tie-in. This tie-in run through Justice League has been really good. I've enjoyed it. It's basically run in really well as a story, that you don't have to read, but it's good, so you should be checking it out. If you were getting Justice League, you fell right into it, literally, and now you're full bore into it. If you're curious about whether or not you should jump on and read it, if you can't find the single issues, don't fret so much. Pick up that collection of extra stuff they're going to have down the road, or hell, wait till the omnibus. But I mean, it's not horrible. Next up is one for my son. That's Star Wars Adventures: Shadow of Vader's Castle one shot. So yeah, it's an IDW. It's Star Wars. He likes those. So yeah. Next up is a director's cut, a Black Label director's cut from a Tom King, Mitch Gerards, and Evan Shaner, and that's Strange Adventures director's cut number 1. I picked this up just to kind of see and peruse and kind of get an inside look at the making of the Strange Adventures issue 1. I mean, it's most likely stuff that's going to end up in a deluxe version, but it's cool to kind of see it in physical form in a small dose before that. So yeah, that was my first yawn. I got through about 8 minutes. It's been a long day. Next up is a crossover book. I know crossover was the book earlier, but this is a crossover book between Stranger Things and Dungeons and Dragons. So Dark Horse and IDW are teaming up, and they have Stranger Things and it's basically Stranger Things / Dungeons and Dragons or D&D crossover, number 1 of 4. I'm curious to see what this entails. The Stranger Things comics have been fantastic. They have fit in the world of Stranger Things and added to it in such a great way. Jody Houser has done a fantastic job expanding out that canon in comic books. I know there is a novel, at least one, out in the Stranger Things universe, and I'm really tempted to pick it up and read it. So if any of you have read it or know somebody who has, let me know what they think or what you think in the comments down in the comment section below about any of the Stranger Things, alternative media stuff. Next up, we have Tales from the Dark Multiverse. We have another Tales from the Dark Multiverse. These books were really cool. I'm glad they're continuing these, but this time we get Batman Hush version of the Tales of the Dark Multiverse. So I can't wait to dive in and see how they alter the Batman Hush story to be bad or dark. Next up is That Texas Blood number 5 from Image. This is a great title. I've loved it. It's fantastic. I really enjoy kind of that small town feel and just, you know, the deep connections that people have, even though they don't really, like, they don't really feel connected, but they are, if that makes any sense. So yeah, but that Texas Blood, really good stuff. Next up, we have Walking Dead Deluxe #2. I have yet to read issue 1. I'm kind of stockpiling them a little bit. To me, this is a committed reread of The Walking Dead in a different form, which is, you know, an inked colored version of the series that was originally in black and white that I enjoyed in black and white. So I'm kind of, what's the word? I read it in trade, so I got chunks of it, 6-issue chunks. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do the 6-issue chunks or if I'm going to, like, cut it at, like, try to do it at 3. We'll see. But Walking Dead Deluxes are out and coming out, and yeah, they're most likely going to be coming out on a decent click. If Kirkman does it right, he shouldn't take as long to release all of it, because that's their plan, is to release all of it in color again. So gotta just suck that tit of Walking Dead money for all it's worth. But hey, it's a way for people to get into the story that maybe were turned off by the black and white of the original. So I think in the end, that's even better when more people can experience it and enjoy it. Last up on my pull list is Young Justice #20. Bendis is doing a really good job on Young Justice. It's fun, it's quirky, it's teen stuff, and it's the thrilling conclusion. Now, I don't know if Young Justice is continuing after this. I know a bunch of books are getting, like, you know, coming to an end at DC, so we'll see. But I don't feel that that's one of them that was cut, but who knows. Let me reach over and grab, the other stuff. I did grab a couple, well, who am I kidding? I grabbed a ton of variants. That's what I always do. First, I got the variant for Batman 102. It looked really cool, so I snagged that one up. DCeased to Dead Planet has some really cool covers, which I normally pick up. So this one had Swamp Thing is the DCeased version. And of course, the Wonder Woman there for the movie cover. Hellblazer Rise and Fall had a variant cover, so I snagged that one up as well. It's not my favorite, but, you know, it's okay. Horizon Zero Dawn had a bunch of covers, and like a sucker, because I love Horizon Zero Dawn, I got them all, or most of them. This is the game wraparound cover, so it wraps around to the other side, which is basically just a cool scene from the game. And of course, there is a Loish cover there that kind of gives a big look to the universe. And of course, there's cover E, which is the Harvey Tolibao and Kevin Tolibao, and it had the Horizon Forbidden West turtle. It's literally looks like it's like the machine version of the turtle in Neverending Story. Like every time I see it, that's what I think. Like, done. Justice League 56 had a variant cover I snagged up. I thought it was pretty cool. I did order a store exclusive cover, or an online retailer exclusive cover, and that is for a Black Label book that came out a little while ago, for issue 1 of Rorschach, and I got the Mitch Gerard's specialty cover right there. And if you notice here in the bottom, in one of the balloons, he put "Vote Mitch." So I really like this cover. I thought it was really amazing. Mitch he does a really great job with depth and perception, and making you really find things, like, you know, look at this balloon exploding here and all the stuff going down. And it's just, there's a lot going on, and they're really intricate and great. His art is fantastic. So yeah, I can't remember who this is. I think it's on the back. They normally put this stuff on the back. Yeah, so this is I guess I'll show you this is the exclusive Mr. R's variant cover presented by Unknown Comics, or Comic Trader, Street Level Hero, I don't know. But this is the back of the book here. You can find it online if you want. Most likely Mitch has posted it on his social medias and all that wonderful stuff. That's where I first found out about it, I think through Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. I'm still suspended off of that thing. And hear back about the appeal. Yep. So, but yeah, it came in the mail. Awesome packing job. Yeah. Walking Dead Deluxe number 2. There was a variant cover I snagged up. I don't know if I'm going to continue getting the variant covers on Walking Dead the Deluxe unless they're like I really like them. I know they're doing like a connecting cover thing. There's a point where I just have to stop. I did get a second print though of We Only Find Them When They're Dead number 2 because I thought that this cover was fantastic. It's just really awesome cover there, and the book's amazing. We Only Find Them When They're Dead. Check it out. Al Ewing has done a fantastic job. And 2 issues, I think 3 issues have come out. Really need to hop on and find and get that. I think we still have a handful of copies left at Comics Conspiracy, so if you head over to comicsconspiracy.biz, you can order one through our web store, and I'll probably be the one shipping it out to you. And finally, for variants, I have Young Justice number 20, and I snagged up the variant there. 2 more things on the pull list, and then I'm going to get to the outro. There's a young adult graphic novel that came out, the Victor and Nora, a Gotham City romance, Gotham love story, I should say, is out, and by Lauren Mackerel and Isaac Goodhart is the illustrator. I've really enjoyed the YA stuff. I'm a little behind in reading them. I need to get through a couple more of them. I have the Oracle Code up on my list for the next one I'm going to hit. But they've been really good and really solid from what I've read. And it's just a really good contained story. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. But I've been pretty happy with the young adult stuff and some of the kid stuff coming from DC. And finally, I got a special order in. I love, for those of you that don't know, those of you who do know, I don't play many video games, but I do play one game almost religiously, and that is a game from Blizzard Entertainment called Hearthstone. And yeah, I didn't play in the beta. I was actually introduced to the game right when it dropped, and I used to play Magic, and I kind of fell out of Magic after high school, and then tried to get back into it when I got back into comics about 13 years ago, and it was just the space and the money and all. I didn't. And then Hearthstone came along about 6 years ago and kind of just opened my eyes to, oh, I don't have to store cards. Oh, I can still collect stuff. Oh, this is bad. It's fun. I enjoy it. It's the one game I throw money at on a regular basis. And yeah, I don't feel bad about it, because if you really like something, you invest money into it. So the new set comes out about a week. Yeah, drops in about a week. So I'm super stoked. Or a little over a week, I think. Yeah, I'm super stoked for that. I've pre-purchased already my stuff, and I'm raring to go and get my pack opening in Who Dally. But over the years, Hearthstone and Blizzard Entertainment have released art books, and so they've released their 3rd art book, and that is Hearthstone Volume 3. The art book Volume 3. This is for the year of the Mammoth, which is about the 3rd year, roughly about the 3rd year of Hearthstone. And yeah, let's see. I think this goes. This is Journey to Ungaro, Lich King, or Knights of the Frozen Throne, Kobolds and Catacombs, are the sets that this kind of goes through. And that was a really fun time during Hearthstone, especially introducing the hero cards and all of that stuff. So yeah, I haven't actually cracked open any of my art books. I'm horrible. I really need to, and kind of just sit and appreciate them one day. But being a single dad, I don't really get the time to sit down and relax and enjoy things like that. So we'll see. Maybe one day. I'm super excited for them to continue these. I've really liked them, or I like getting them. I hope I enjoy opening them. I've heard good reviews, but yeah. So that is it for this week. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you're picking up. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know if you have any questions. Please keep it nice. The internet is normally not the best place socially, so let's keep it nice here. Yeah, I try and answer as best I can. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's next week, but I always at least check out the comments and stuff, and I appreciate everyone who comments. So yeah, but the outro. You can normally listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. Oh, excuse me. Bless me. You can normally listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We did not record this week. The reason why we didn't record is due to the election. It has been a nail-biting period of time for the election, and so yeah, we decided to take a break since it was going to be stressful anyway, and so we'll be back on next week. There'll be a link in the description below to just the regular podcast if you want to check us out. But there's no episode this week. Sorry, guys. We will be back next week. Sorry we didn't hit that $10,000 mark on Patreon for us to do an all-night live show for you guys, which I would have willingly done. That would have been painful, but totally worth it. So yeah. So you can normally listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. There'll be a link in the description below for the general podcast. If you want to help me out, my fellow conspirators, you can go over to www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees. We don't get food anymore. My brain is wired to remember that. But you do help us get products. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly by clicking on any of the Amazon links here or at conspiratorbrock.com. I know last week I told you guys, check out that She-Hulk omnibus. It was on sale. Hopefully you guys took advantage of that. This week I only linked to Victor and Nora's thing. But yeah, if you have ad blocker on, you won't see it on conspiratorbrock.com. But there are Amazon links, so you can click through. If you do, it helps me out a little. I get a little Amazon money to spend. Thank you. Or you head over to my eBay page where I'm purging out stuff. I need to sit down and I need to just take some photos. Working on eBay is one of those things where it's like you have the best intentions. You have the best intentions to put stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but you but when you sit down to do it, you're like, I could be doing something else. I need to get better at that. I gotta purge out some stuff and get rid of some stuff. So yeah, so be on the lookout as always over at my eBay page. Again, link in the description below for that. And yeah, so you can normally follow me on Twitter. I am currently still suspended. I sent them another message on that I've been waiting for a response on my appeal for 3 weeks now, so we will see what happens. My guess is they turned on an algorithm that overloaded their system, and they are going, oh crap, we overloaded Twitter support, and we've basically screwed ourselves, and so they're handling them as they come in. So who knows? If anyone knows anyone at Twitter, help me out. So yeah, but yeah, that's that. I have an Instagram account, but I barely post on it. Facebook is. I watched The Social Dilemma, and I've actually kind of turned myself. And what's ironic is I'm talking to you guys on a social media, YouTube, and telling you to engage in the comments. But yeah, I've kind of reduced the amount of social media. It's been actually really nice. I don't find myself as stressed during the day. I'm not completely cut off, but I did shut notifications off on my phone, and man, is that amazing when you shut notifications off to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and all the noise just goes away. I still get things like emails and PayPal, bank stuff, all that stuff still gets pushed through because that's the stuff I really need to look at the time. But if you have a chance, watch The Social Dilemma. I think it's a little on the this is horrible, and it's in your face and letting you know, scaring the crap out of you, but also in a way it's trying to inform you that you need to be more aware of the effect I think social media has on not only you but the people around you. So yeah. But yeah, follow me on Twitter or follow me here. Yeah, subscribe. Hit that like button. I watch these YouTube videos and they go, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Okay, now I'm gonna get to the root of the thing. I'm like, God, I hate that. I do it at the end, always at the end. I did actually finish the book I was reading, The First Sister. I really enjoyed it. It is an interesting read. I am now in the fun position of waiting for book 2 in the trilogy. If some of you watched my channel before, I talked about a book called The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. That one was really good. I finally found out that a sequel, the second book, dropped in July. Thank you, COVID, for just me not paying that much attention to that stuff. So I'm going to hopefully get that on my list to check out. Right now, I am checking out a book by Frederick Backman. It's called Beartown. It was a recommendation from a YouTube follower that watches my channel, and we've become friends online. So really cool. Yeah, honestly, every time I read Beartown, I want to, in my brain, changes it to Beavertown. I add letters to the title of the town, like the town's name. Yeah, no, it's Beartown. I literally have to remember it's Beartown, not Beavertown. So it's pretty funny. It's an interesting book. It reads really well. So that's one of my biggest things about getting into new fiction is just the readability of it and whether or not it's something I'm going to get into. But I've gotten into this and I've looked ahead, and there is a sequel book to it, Us and You. So I'm going to check that out most likely as well, and most likely put this author on my list of stuff to read, even though I have stacks of books that I need to read and stacks of graphic novels I need to read and stacks of single issue comic books to read, and so much stuff. And I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I just get lost in it. I had a horse die. I haven't played it in a few days. I'm mourning. I had a horse die. It was a good horse. Thanks for watching, and watch The Mandalorian. Man, they dropped a lot of Easter eggs in that first episode. And as usual, we'll see you next week.